Why in the world does it cost so much money to replace a stupid heater core? We're going to find out with this old piece of junk Subaru. Let's take a look. Today we're at the back of the shop. We actually have a customer that provided us an old 06 Impreza naturally aspirated parts car. The car is junk, it's been wrecked, and we're just going to take it apart and sell the parts off of it and get it out of here. It'll be quick, easy money, quick flip. And I didn't have to pay a dime for the car, it was just donated to me. So I thought, while we have all the interior mostly in pieces, this is a perfect time to show you guys, why does a heater core cost $1,000, $1,500, and sometimes $2,000 for a tiny little $50 heater core? I frequently get calls from customers that say, I need my heater core replaced, and as soon as I give them the estimate, you can hear them drop the phone on the ground. They're like, no way. Yes way. Yes way. So much yes way.
Do you have to have a functional heater core on your car to make it run?
No, but if it gets to be wintertime and it's really cold, you're going to freeze really badly in your car, and it's not going to be very comfortable at all. Now, if you had this car in good condition and you lived on the Yucatan Peninsula in Mexico, no, you don't need a heater. Just block it off and delete it. It's always 80, 70 degrees there. If you live in Alaska, you better get your heater core fixed. It's going to get very cold. Let's take a look at the interior. Most of the stuff's been disassembled. I just temporarily placed it back into place to give you an idea what all has to come apart to even get to the heater core. Let's take a look. So as you can see, we started gutting the car, and halfway through it I decided that it's a good time to show why heater core is so expensive. And I've had Junior Mint pull all these pieces and parts and stuff out, and looks like he left one of his drinks in here. Man, it's a hot day today. Good thing he left this in here. Anyways, as you can see, the dash and some of the components here are just loosely and temporarily placed where they go, so that I can quickly remove them and show you. When you have all this apart to get to the heater core, it's almost like you walked in on a loved one during open heart surgery. And I've experienced this before when I've done a heater core on a 97 F-150. An older gentleman gave the go-ahead, the price was fine, and he happened to come by and check on the progress when I had everything pulled out. And he just about had a heart attack. He was like, I can't believe so much was pulled out of my truck to get to the heater core. He says, I almost don't know what to say. I don't know how to react to this. He was almost scared. It's a really big job. Now on this car, the passenger seat's missing. You wouldn't have to take that out to do this job. But I'm going to show you the things you do have to take out to do this job. This center console and this center stack where the AC and radio goes all has to come out in order to get the top dash panel out. You would have to take this stack, you have to take the radio out, the AC, the controls, everything that was in the center here, and remove this center stack piece. And then you can get to the center console here, which also has the shifter that has to come apart and all kinds of panels and pieces till you get this center console out. Here's some of the center console or the center stack pieces I was talking about. It's a little tray. So once you got that out of the way, which probably took an hour, not 5 minutes like I just did, or less than 5 minutes, then you have to pull the glove box down. This is a huge glove box and several other little sensors and things that are all part of one unit. You take the glove box open. You can get to all the screws and everything that's in there and pull that out of the way. So you have to take these top panels off. This is the airbag panel, and there's an airbag behind that. And you also have to take the center panel off. There's bolts and screws to get to that hold this dash in place that you will never get to until you pull all these components out. The next thing, this is the heater box, a heater AC box. It's actually installed further up inside the dash, but I just have it sitting there just for now. But to even get to that, you have to pull the blower motor housing and its ductwork. off the bottom of it. It sits on the bottom down here. So now we've got the blower motor and its parts out of the way.
Just toss it.
And just like Tyler Hoover was with his used car sales, he would say, just wait, there's more. You have to take this bezel out that goes around the cluster. And then you have to take the actual cluster out, which is all your gauges and all those things. I probably won't toss this one because I could resell it. I don't want to crush it. And that allows you to get to more bolts that are back here that hold on this dash panel. But we're still not done. Just wait, there's more. Then you have to take this knee bolster that goes right here and take that out of the way. And then there's all kinds of components and pieces still in here, little parts and pieces that you'll have to do. Here's some of the center stack that we forgot to throw out. Now Junior Mint, in order to do a lot of this, had to lower the steering wheel down to the seat. He had to unbolt some bolts here, and we're not going to do that because I can get that out now without doing that. But you have to undo the steering column and let the steering wheel fall down here so you can reach and get to a bunch of bolts and things. Just wait, there's more. Now we're going to pull out the dash panel. Now comes the big fun part, and on a larger truck or car it actually can be very difficult and you could damage things if you're not careful. But this one's very lightweight and very easy. We've got everything unbolted to remove the whole dash out of your car. And there we go with that. Now you have to remove all the freon, or refrigerant as some people call it. I like to call it freon. I know that it's not its name and what it's called, but I don't care. I call it freon. You have to remove all of that out of the system because you're going to unhook the evaporator core lines. You also have to remove the heater core lines. Let's open the hood and let me show you where those are at. Right here on the firewall you can see where air conditioning would hook up. You can also see where heater hoses will hook up. The engine's out of it, so a lot of that stuff is gone now, but right in here and right in here would be lines to unhook. And usually there's bolts out here to remove the heater box, but let's go take a look back on the inside again. The heater box, HVAC box I have sitting here actually sits in the center, right there, right in the center. You have to unbolt a lot of things, like I said, do the lines and the hoses. Now we have the blower motor housing and all that out of the way. We can pull the whole HVAC box out. And then well, no, I don't want to throw this. Actually, I'll take this apart and show you guys where is the heater core. Let's put it on this little trailer over here and take it apart. So here we have the HVAC box. There's a lot of controls for floor, vent, defrost. There's a lot of electronics that can be in here, sensors and things, evaporator core temperature sensor, the heater core, and also the evaporator core for your AC. Remember when you pull this out of your car, there's coolant still inside of the heater core and you could spill it all over your floorboard, so be careful with that. This particular one comes apart fairly easy with just almost like Legos. It snaps together with little metal snaps, but a lot of these are 10, 15, 20 screws. It can be a lot. There's one. There's another. There's another one. As you can see, it's leaking antifreeze out. But then the rest of these are little push snaps. For the sake of time, I'm just gonna probably break them because I'm probably not gonna sell this thing. As you can see here, it's leaking compressor oil out, which has UV dye, which if we did this inside the car or if you spilled some inside your car, it will permanently dye your carpet and you will never get the dye color out. So be very cognizant of that. Anyways, you split this case apart. Be very careful when you do this. There's all kinds of plastic doors and things. If you snap them, every time you hear a snap, it's 50 bucks. So remember that. So now I've got this split apart. You can see the evaporator core. It looks like a heater core. It kind of is, but it doesn't have coolant going through it. It has really cold refrigerant, or Freon. It runs through here. Air runs across it and makes the air really cold. If you have an AC leak and they say your evaporator core is leaking, you will also have to do this entire job just the same as doing a heater core, but we will replace the evaporator core, not the heater core. There's two cores in here. So let's move the evaporator core out of the way. Let's bring forth our heater core. This is the heater core. This is what keeps you warm in the winter and keeps you from freezing, get your windows all frosted up. You can't just pull it out right away either. There's a few more snaps to go. And now we have this little opaque cover out of the way. There's our heater core. All that work, tons and tons of work for a $50 little core that's probably leaking on your floorboard and making a mess. And this is why it costs so much money. Let's go take a look at our pile of parts. Now, this didn't obviously have to come off to get to the heater core. I just threw it out to get it out of the way. Hey, what's going on, Jake?
Practicing for the Olympics?
Yeah, it's 100% Jake, guys.
Howdy.
He's got his own YouTube channel doing all kinds of, you do motorcycles and cars and...
Yeah.
What else do you do on there?
Motorcycles, cars, whatever's interesting at the moment, really.
Sweet. I'll have a link in the description below. You can go check out 100% Jake. I've actually watched some of his videos. They're very cool.
Looks like you've got a Subaru in a field here.
Yeah, so all of this has to come out, and you're aware to do a heater core. And I was explaining to the viewers here, can you imagine as a customer coming in halfway through the job and seeing your car like this?
Yeah, that's it's quite the puzzle, isn't it?
Yeah, I told him I had a 97 F-150. It's like 5 times more parts than this. Actually had the customer come in, and it almost seemed like he had a heart attack. He was like, I can't believe this.
Yeah, such a simple repair that can almost total a car mechanically.
All of these pieces, all of these parts, and hours of work for this, a $50 part. Sometimes they're 20 bucks. You ever had an issue with one of these before?
Issue? Yes, and that issue remained until I sold the car.
Right.
I just bundle up a little bit more and deal with it.
Especially if there's one's leaking on their floorboard, there are people that'll just bypass the heater core.
Yep.
Because they're aware all this work has to be done, and they either don't have the money or they don't want to put the money into the car.
Yep, that's exactly how mine was, just a little piece of hose. I actually drug that car out of a field. I turned it on, I was like, what's that trickling noise? And I saw a puddle growing on the passenger floorboards, and went and found me some heater hose and looped it. And
Yeah, loop it, that's usually what you do. Let's take a look on the inside. Can you imagine, Jake, this is your car and you're coming to check the progress of your car, and this is what you see?
This is the Impreza Superleggera package.
Yeah.
Very, very rare.
I told him it's kind of like walking in on a loved one during open heart surgery.
Oh no.
It's that shocking, it really is. It's like, wow, where did my dash go?
Yes.
So I wanted to do this video for you guys to show you, why does a heater core cost $1,200, $1,500, $1,800? Why is it so much? And just like in previous videos, I'm not going to pay Michael or one of my guys to do this huge job and charge you 150 bucks. I'm going to charge you 1,500 bucks. The book time labor on this is going to be pretty high, and you can see why now. It's basically major surgery just to get to that little $20 or $50 heater core. So hopefully it's informative to you and helps you guys to understand if you have a heater core go out. You can picture now in your mind this video and what you've seen here and know that that will also be done to your car to get it fixed.
Well, Car Wizard, there's a lot of stuff you took out there.
It's a big pile of parts.
Yeah. I had a 96 Blazer that the heater core started dripping on my sister's feet on vacation once.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we were in Colorado, and I asked the place, I took it to a service shop, and I said, can you bypass it? They did, got it home and got it fixed home cheaper.
Yeah, at least got you home. That was the car that we met in, isn't it?
It was.
All right. Wanted to, like I said, I want to show you guys what's all entailed in a heater core. If you want to check what kind of tools it takes to do this kind of work, check my Amazon affiliates link below. I have all my tools listed for sale. Also merchandise. We have face masks now, Car Wizard face masks. And if you haven't checked out 100% Jake's channel, there's also a link below for that. You can go check out his channel. Really cool content there. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel already, go ahead and do that now. We got many more cool videos to come. Thanks for watching.